Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to All India Radio Houston. I am Dr. Nik Nikam, and you're listening to KULF 1090 AM, KULF Radio, and we have two special programs today. And our first program is going to be an update on Dusshera Mela 2014. And my special guest is going to be Dr. Arun Verma from Sri Sitaram Foundation. And during the second half of the hour, we're going to be talking about a very special topic that is recovery from traumatic brain injury. We have one of the internationally recognized physicians who is going to be. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to All India Radio Houston. I am Dr. Nik Nikam, and in the studio I have my guest, Dr. Arun Verma from Sri Sitaram Foundation, and we are talking about Dusshera Mela 2014. Dr. Verma, welcome to All India Radio Houston. We are delighted to have you. Let's talk about something about the Sri Sitaram Foundation. When was this formed and what is its mission?
Nick, good morning to you and good morning to all the listeners of this program. Yes, about the Sri Sitaram Foundation. It was formulated a few years back. It's a non-profit foundation which is engaged in several philanthropic activities, directly or indirectly. For example, it promotes cultural and educational institutions which promote Vedic culture. We provide scholarships to students who are hard-pressed or needy students, you might say, who otherwise would not be able to do higher education. And we assist the disadvantaged persons of the community. And then we also, in relation to the Vedic studies, we have supported the University of Houston India Studies program in a large way. We also conduct, as you know, Ram Leela play in a prominent theater in Houston for the last 5 years. And of course, the Dusshera and Diwali festival at the Skeeter Stadium, which we have been doing. We also engage in annual Rath Yatra, as you know, earlier in June. And so those are the, some of the activities that we are engaged in.
Okay, let's talk about when did you start doing the Ram Leela and when did the Dusshera Mela begin?
Nick, what we saw is a need for bringing the festivities or the culture, what the entire Indian population enjoys in India during the festival season of Dusshera and Diwali. We thought that was missing here, and especially the children who in India take these festivities for granted. There were children over here who were missing those, so we brought Ram Leela to start with about 5 years back, and about 2 years back we expanded that to include the Dusshera festival, which is again fortunately has grown big. People have responded to that and they enjoy that. So
I have to say I've been involved with the past two Dusshera Melas. It's been a phenomenal success, largely in part to the community which responded in such great numbers because, for a cultural event, you would think the new generation Indians may not be that interested, but I was pleasantly surprised at the response we had during the last two Dusshera Melas for a cultural and spiritual experience.
That's absolutely right, Nick. I think the population or our community in general has responded in droves, so to speak. And we last year we had there were about 50 organizations in Houston area which were supporting this program, and this year we are close to 60. Actually, so much so we are also trying to involve other countries where Ramayana is part of their culture, and then we are expecting some floats from countries like Sri Lanka and other countries which are going to be participating this year at the Dusshera Mela 2014.
That's very good. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to All India Radio Houston. I am Dr. Nik Nikam. My special guest is Dr. Arun Verma from C. Sitaram Foundation. We are talking about Ram Leela and Dusshera Mela 2014. If you would like to join in the conversation, please give us a call at 281-983-9550. You can also listen to us on kulfradio.com. We'll be right back after this little break. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to All India Radio Houston. I am Dr. Nik Nikam, and we are talking about Dusshera Mela and Ram Leela 2014, brought to you by C. Sitaram Foundation. And my special guest is Dr. Arun Verma. Let me take a minute to talk about Bollywood Blast, brought to you by Samskriti. And this is going to be on August 31st at 8 p.m. on Sunday, just before the Labor Day. This is also being choreographed by more than 100 dancers, directed by Orzon Gonda. And this show is going to be a spectacular event, as it has always been for several years. And for information, contact samskritihouston.org or call 832-275-9656. Again, the number for that is 832-275-9656. And also, the Hindus of Greater Houston will be bringing Janmashtami on August 23rd, 2014 at 6 p.m. at the George R. Brown Convention Center. For information, you can contact Partha Krishnaswamy at 713-962-8523. Again, I am Dr. Nik Nikam. We are listening to All India Radio. We are talking about Dusshera Mela 2014 and Ram Leela. Arun, let's talk about some of the highlights of the Dusshera Mela 2014. What can people expect?
Well, people, Nick, who came to this event last year or the year before, I think this year they will find a lot of new things, a lot of more exciting things.
Yes.
All I would say in a nutshell, it's going to be bigger and better than last year or any of the other years that we have had. So you would see, of course, a gigantic Diwali Bazaar. You will see lots of food, about many booths, food booths. There's going to be about 12 food booths over there.
Oh, that's good.
There's going to be lots of children's games. This year we have put in many activities for children to keep them engaged and enjoyed. And of course there's a Ramayana live competition.
Yes.
The parking is free. There's going to be fireworks. There's going to be Ravan Dahan as usual. There'll be songs and dances. There's going to be a Ram Leela play, Maha-Arti with thousands of candles, Ramayana live competition. Nick, this event is going to have so many things going on, and primarily we are trying to showcase our ancient and rich culture at this event. The event is on 4th of October.
That's right,
and at the Skeeter Stadium. And the ticket, we have again tried to keep it very nominal. It's only $4 till the 27th of September, and it goes a bit higher after that. And it's a Saturday, so I think people will enjoy, and we expect it to be a sold-out event, just like the last 2 years.
That's excellent. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about Dusshera Mela and Ram Leela. As you know, Ramayana is one of the two great epics of Indian scripture, and here you get to experience Ramayana in a multimedia fashion in terms of watching it, experiencing it, listening to it, and through music, through dance, to a stage show, fireworks, and all this put together is going to give you a total experience, a cultural uplifting which is unparalleled. And as I recall, this was the first time ever in history of Houston that the Dusshera Mela was done. Let's talk about that.
No, that's very true. Nick, you touched upon some very good aspects. I think when people experience it, see it three-dimensional, it has much more impact, and that's what we want to bring, influence the children especially. I mean, they grasp these things if they are really immersed in it. And for 6 hours, they are going to be immersed. Other thing I should mention, Nick, last year we had about say 17
Yeah.
or 18 floats from based on
Yes.
the mythology of Indian
Yeah.
culture. And this year, the number of floats has doubled.
That's
Actually, it's
great.
more than doubled. So you will have close to about 35 floats
Yeah.
uh, participating in the parade. You'll see a lot of variety. There are a number of other organizations which were not there last year.
Yeah.
They are coming in, and as I said, some of the other countries like Sri Lanka is also participating for the first
Yeah.
time in the parade, and we are trying to get some other countries in the Southeast Asia also involved in this parade.
That's fascinating because we are not only bringing the entire Indian scripture and culture and heritage, but also putting it in such a way that people can experience it, not just watch it. And the whole thing is going to be shown on that big electronic screen, and there's going to be a lot of interaction on the concourse for people to interact with the live Ramayana that's brought out by Sri Raula and
Yes.
Geeta Raula. So all these things are going to, because I remember some of my doctors, the first generation doctors, like our kids who grew up here and went to school, they were quite impressed because they said this is the first time they are able to introduce their children to the great epic of Ramayana and learn a great deal in those 4 to 5 hours at the Skeeters Stadium.
No, that's absolutely true, Nick. I think the people loved the parade last year, and this year they are going to love it more. There's going to be a lot of activities. Of course, Ravan Dahan is going to be there.
Yeah.
All three effigies of Ravan, Kumbhakara, and Meghnad are going to be demolished or burnt.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a spectacular fireworks show, which is going to be even better than last year.
That's fascinating. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to All India Radio Houston. I am Dr. Nik Nikam, your host. And if you'd like to join in the conversation or if you have any comments, please give us a call. The number is 281-983-9550. We are talking about Dusshera Mela 2014 and Ram Leela, which is going to be held at the Houston Cullen Performance Hall. And my special guest is Dr. Arun Verma. Okay, let's talk about how people can get involved. And the first thing, let's focus on sponsorships.
Yes, Nick, this these two events, both the Dusshera
Yes.
event and the Ram Leela, which is going to be on the 12th of October at University of Houston Cullen Hall,
Yeah.
both are mega productions.
That is true.
And it takes a lot of effort and a lot of
resources.
money, resources, funds.
Yes.
So we are asking for sponsorships, and the sponsorship levels range from 20,000 for a grant sponsor
Yeah.
to 1,000. And everything in between.
I guess we will take anything. and we want people also to be there.
Absolutely, absolutely. And people who want to participate in any of these events, or we want to have a be act as a volunteer, please give us a call at 713-714-5680, which is the foundation's number, or send an email to info@shrisitaram.org. Actually, people who want to volunteer, we have a meeting coming tomorrow at 3 o'clock at 1200 Blaylock, suite number 205. So people who want to volunteer, please show up there. And also people who want to participate in Ram Leela or dances, bhajans, costume contests, please call this number 713-714-5680, or just send us an email at info@shrisitaram.org, and somebody will get back to you within 24 hours.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to All India Radio Houston. I am Dr. Nik Nikam, and my special guest is Dr. Arun Verma. We're talking about Dusshera Mela 2014 and Ram Leela. Okay, let's give out the date for the Dusshera Mela 2014.
Dusshera Mela 2014 is at Skeeters Stadium on Saturday, October 4th from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. The admission is only $4. Children under 3 are free. The parking is free. And the tickets prices go up a little bit after the 27th of September, but you have a lot of time to get those tickets at $4. They're going to be available shortly at all the major Indian grocery stores, as well as Sulekha.com, and on our website, which is www.shrisitaram.org. The Ram Leela is at the University of Houston Cullen Performance Hall on Sunday, October 12th from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. and that ticket information can be obtained from our website as well, which is www.srisitaram.org, and all the information on the tickets will be available there as well, and the tickets for those are also going to be available at the various Indian stores shortly.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about Dusshera Mela 2014 and Ram Leela, brought to you by C. Sitaram Foundation. And if you'd like to join in the conversation, the number to call is 28198395550. We're going to take a little break here and listen to some beautiful bhajans relating to Ram. So let's see. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Ram will be descending into Skeeters Stadium on October 4th, 2014, along with Sita and Lakshman, and destroy the demons Ravan, Meghnad, and Kumbhakarna. And that's one of the highlights of the evening program that's going to be. And we are talking about Dusshera Mela 2014 and Ram Leela, brought to you by Sri Sitaram Foundation. And my special guest is Dr. Arun Verma. And we are talking about Dusshera Mela. Okay, let's talk about some of the events that are going to be held, and how people can find out about this and maybe get involved. I think the best way for people to learn more about the culture of scripture is to get involved personally, so that you have a personal experience of what it means to be to learn the Indian culture and heritage.
Definitely, Nick. Before I answer that question, I just wanted to mention the
Yes.
Ram Leela play. It's a full play, two and a half hour play, which is going to be on the 12th of October from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the University of Houston Cullen Performance Hall.
Yes.
This play is directed by the world-known Dr. Ratna Kumar. She has been directing this play for the last 3 years, and this year we have assistant director Kiran Kumar. And of course, Nick, you are the technical director of the play. So this is going to be a fantastic play, better than any that people have seen in the past in Houston, and we are really excited about that. In terms of participation in the either the play or any of the activities or being a volunteer, please give us a call at the foundation number, which is 713-714-5680, or send us an email at info@srisitaram.org. People are also invited if they want to attend. We have a volunteers meeting tomorrow afternoon from 3 o'clock. It's going to be about an hour or so at 1200 Blaylock, suite number 205. So please come there and participate in this mega project.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to All India Radio Houston. My special guest is Dr. Arun Verma from C. Sitaram Foundation. We are talking about Dusshera Mela 2014 and Ram Leela 2014. Okay, let's talk about costume contest. That was a major attraction last year. We had more than 50 children participate. The whole stage was packed. Give us what to expect this year.
Yes, we had about 60 children who participated in the costume contest, and for that reason, because we were the stage seemed smaller, we are putting a bigger stage this time, so people we can accommodate all of them. But yes, please also, if you have somebody who wants to participate, they can call the foundation number or call us or send an email at info@srisitaram.org, and please participate. This is a community event. This is your event. It is for your benefit and those of your children. So please come. We expect people right from ages of 1 to 100 plus over there, and we have had that kind of attendance in the past couple of years, and we are really looking forward to a great event, both Dusshera on the 4th of October and the Ram Leela play at the Cullen Performance Hall on the 12th of October this year.
Absolutely, and I was there for both of these events, and it was all sold out. The best thing is to get your tickets in advance, because in the last minute there were so many people turned away. if I remember last
Yes.
year, because they came in the last minute, they had no ticket, and one of the things at the Skeeter Stadium is they can only issue so many tickets
That's very
to the
true. Actually,
capacity.
from what my people told us, there were 500 cars which were sent back
I see.
because there were either no tickets, no parking.
I
I
see.
mean,
Yeah.
so if you don't want to avoid disappointing yourself, please buy the tickets in advance. They are going to be available on our website, suleika.com, as well as major Indian grocery stores.
Okay, we got a couple of more minutes left. Let's give out the dates and contact numbers so that people will be able to get. And it looks like we had a lot of things to cover, but we didn't even cover 5% of what we wanted to cover. Maybe you need to come back next time and we can talk about Ramayana Live that is brought by Ashirwad Blessing.
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll love to come.
Yeah.
The number to call, this is the foundation's number, is 713-714-5680, or you can send us an email, which is info@shrisitaram.org, and the event is at Skeeters on Saturday, October 4th, 4 to 10 p.m. The admission is only $4, and this you can obtain from suleika.com, our website, or from the Indian grocery stores. And the Ram Leela play is at the University of Houston Cullen Performance Hall on Sunday, October 12th, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. And again, same number, 713-714-5680 to call to get more information, or send us an email, info@shrisitaram.org. We'd love to see you all at both these events.
And also, you were talking about volunteers meeting,
Which is
tomorrow. Yeah.
tomorrow at 1200 Blaylock, suite number 205. 2 o'clock is the meeting. Please show up there and participate. This is your program. We do need a lot of volunteers for these two major events, so please try to be there.
Arun, from Sri Sitaram Foundation, thank you very much for being on All India Radio Houston. We are delighted. As I said, we need to get back in a few weeks and talk about the other events that are going to be coming up from the Sri Sitaram Foundation.